Today I'm going to be discussing the 5 things that will never happen in Fairy Tail. And these 5 things on the list, I'm 100% confident that Hiro Mashima won't do. And if he does end up doing this, then yeah, this video might get deleted. But no, on a serious note, let's go ahead and get into this list. Now, coming in at number 5 is yaoi pairings. Now, this goes for any type of pairings. When I be seeing stuff like Natsu x Gray, seeing stuff like Lucy x Urza, I'm like, dude, like cut that out, because number one, we already know that they already have everybody, they have their respective couple, they have their one, and they have the other person who they're going to be with. So why do people still come out here and draw these yaoi stuff like between Natsu, Gray, Natsu, Lex? Like, why? That stuff will never happen. Just let it die. Just let it die. And speaking on the topic of pairings, this one actually pains me to say, and this one is Natsu x Lisana. Now, a lot of people, they don't know this about me, but when I first started reading Fairy Tail, I was a huge supporter of Natsu x Lisana, simply because they seemed like they already had a family. They knew each other when they were young. They grew up together. We saw Natsu, he was sad when he found out Lisana died. Even when Gildarts brought her up, he was still sad. So the fact that Natsu x Lisana isn't going to happen, that kind of does make me a little bit sad. Don't get me wrong, I still do like Natsu x Lucy, because I mean, it's grown on me throughout the series, I'm not gonna lie. But still, when it was first introduced, I was more of a Natsu x Lisana person than Natsu x Lucy. But now we know that that will never happen. And speaking of Natsu, we have Natsu using god slaying magic. Now, ever since his fight with Zenkro, we saw that Natsu, he was able to wield god slaying magic, and people, they were going crazy. They were like, yo, this is gonna be amazing, this is hype. But we've seen that later on, he's never used it ever since then. And to be honest, I don't think he really needs it. Let's look at the abilities that he does have, and this will be a little minuscule spoiler, but he has Blaze Dragon King mode. We already know how strong that is, and not to mention the fact he is END, so he doesn't really need god slaying magic. I mean, it will be huge fan service if he did pull that out, because literally he will be using it for nothing. But yeah, that's my whole take on not using god slaying magic. We're never going to see it. And speaking of abilities, Urza, seeing all of Urza's armors. Now, we know that she has over 1,000 armors, and a lot of people, they don't like that, because it can seem very convenient whenever she can just say, oh, here's my new armor, just whip out a new one. But no, that Urza, she will never ever show us all her armors. I mean, there's literally not enough time for that. She has over 1,000. I think we only seen around like 30, 40 maybe. So if we do get to see all her armors, that would just be like, that would just take up way too much time. And I don't even think that Hiro Mashima has 1,000 like different armors that wouldn't end up being the same as something else. So yeah, we will never see that. And last but not least, yes, this one is going to be very controversial. I made videos on this topic in the past. Lucy's death. Now, I know a lot of people, they are huge supporters of Lucy dying. A lot of people think that she will die. Me personally, I even think that it would be cool if she did sacrifice herself for END, or at least to calm Natsu down. But in the end, I know that she won't die. Why? Number one, because Hiro Mashima, he has a hard problem killing off main characters. So that's already one thing. Not even main characters, just characters in general. I'm not going to dive too much into spoilers, but yeah, we already know that he doesn't really sit well when it comes to killing characters. But the other reason why is because we know that Lucy, she is the main character, and Lucy, she has so much importance to the story. She's gonna have to be there for the end of the series. I mean, if Lucy isn't there giving her thoughts or her opinions or anything that she has, her insight on what happens at the end of the story, they just wouldn't feel right, because we've seen the story, it opened up with Lucy, so it has to end with her, I'm gonna be honest. But overall, that's basically it for the 5 things that will never happen in Fairy Tail. What do you guys think are the 5 things that won't happen? Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.